Toby.
Had to use the OG. I used the OG intro that time right there. Yo, welcome back to the N.y.a show. Let me go ahead and get everything suited up for everybody. Welcome back to the N.y.a show. I hope that it's been a lovely week because here I am on Friday. Finally got the show out up and running. I ain't mad though because I did it. You know what I'm saying? I did it and I'll be busting right back next week. But I want to go ahead and knock out some shows here at the end of the week. So I'm hoping everybody has a wonderful Friday. You have a great weekend. Last week, and shout out to Monday. Monday was Memorial Day. Salute to all everybody that ever suited up and gave their life, for this country here, the United States of America. Because we have a deep, long history, which I even touch on a couple of other shows that I talk about that I do tonight. So that's a real good thing. So Memorial Day was great. I spent it with my family. Power went out, you know, for a minute. After I came back from the park, out there, sweated, two of them went down. When I'm done, chain went down two complexions when I'm out there running with the kids, and then turn around and the power goes out for a while. So that was Monday, but it was cool still. Sunday was my beautiful wife's birthday, and we went out to. Well, I ain't telling y'all where we went. We had a great time. It was a wonderful, amazing time celebrating my wife's birthday. So I hope that you guys had a great weekend as well last week. And I worked. I did the photo booth gig that I do, but I didn't have to stay during the event. I just dropped it off and I picked it up. So it was a little different than what I usually do with the photo booth. But still, everything came out really nice. And if you follow me, you saw where I posted pictures in the. I posted a picture that I took at the photo booth when I was testing it. So I really hope that you guys had a great weekend, even better week as we head into another weekend coming up on the first. I'm gonna say, it's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. So everybody check will be hitting weed plugs, liquor stores, club will be popping tomorrow. Everybody gonna want to do some. You already know how I go in the first roll around. Here it is, How a Mother is Balancing Life and the Pursuit of Dreams. The interview with actress Breyonna M. Thomas by Ajay Tambe, available on Spotify. Be sure you go blend 41 minutes and 54 seconds to my wife, learn about her story, as well as literally it's no pressure episode 154 with peace_peace. All the links will be below as they always are. Breaking news, breaking news. Trump is now a felon. What voters do with that information will write this era's history. Let's see who this story was written by. Philip Elliott, and let's run this quick response Trump had when he came out of the courtroom. If I can get it to go without an ad, and then we'll jump right into the crust of the story. Let's go.
This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win.
All right, so that was me. Okay, that was me playing that. Do I think that the outcome of this trial will honestly affect his Trump's voter base? I don't really see it happening because I don't know how much that voters actually care about what actually went on here. What are the details here? How much do people care about him making payments that he said he's denied throughout the whole thing? And then, of course, like you said, November is coming up. And I want everybody to be aware of everything that's happening. When you go out to vote, please realize that it's not just Donald Trump and Joe Biden that's going to be on that ballot. It's going to be a plethora of people and things on that ballot. So it's a lot that's going to go on in this country come election time. Now, there are moments in American history that that we all know matter, even if they aren't clear at the time about their weights. Gerald Ford's pardon of Richard Nixon, Republicans' failed impeachment of Bill Clinton, George W. Bush Wall Street bailout. These moments turn out to be political inflection points, the impact of which are still being debated even now. Another such moment just took place in Lower Manhattan. Thursday's decision by a dozen jurors to find former President Donald Trump guilty of 34 felony crimes in an era-defining event, but how it will shape the age remains entirely uncertain. Going a little bounce around. After all, Ford's pardon gave permission for Nixon's apologists to adopt and amplify his win at any cost politics. And the fallout with Clinton's affair with an intern shaped the 2000 election in ways big and small, perhaps even paving the way for Bush, whose extraordinary measures to save the economy in the final weeks of his presidency set into motion a reactionary movement that soon became known as the Tea Party. One could agree each of these moments gave power and momentum to forces that ultimately fueled Trumpism, rise and dominance. It's not clear just what the Trump verdict will yield next in our political system. There is, however, a very good chance that the repercussions bleed far beyond this discrete case and won't fully be appreciated in real time. Trump, of course, Trump still faces other criminal charges that are coming up. That they won't. Those trials won't happen until after the election. Each of the 34 charges carried a potential sentence of 4 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. Although it is highly unlikely the judge in the case would send an ex-president to jail for these crimes. Even if Judge Juan Merchant wanted to do so, it remains an open question whether the Secret Service could handle a potential protectee behind bars, or what that might do to Trump's presumptive nomination. So I don't even know if that's really was ever on the plate, but that's just reading out. And Juan Merchant, I've never seen a picture of this judge, but I would like to, I need to pull it up. If I had more time, I'll pull up a picture of this judge. No one is above the law, but bogus bookkeeping might have be the most compelling reason to keep Trump from returning to the campaign trail to face voters as a newly branded convict. To say the verdict is one for the history books may sound like a hyperbole, but it's tough to overstate just how many norms were perhaps forever broken with this trial. No one, for one, no former president ever faced criminal charges like this. Ford preemptively pardoned Nixon in the wake of his Watergate fuel resignation. Clinton agreed to an $85,000 and $50,000 out-of-court legal settlement and other concessions to finally close the book on a probe that started with a hinky land deal back in Arkansas, but ended with a national discussion about alleged sexual actions. Trump, meanwhile, is now a felon who will find himself staring down both a jail sentence and a second term as president. Oh man, the next developments is uncertain, but some things are all but guaranteed. Trump's team has argued from the start that the case should have never went and it should have never been brought in the first place. Trump will work on a time frame the verdict as a political payback. For the start, even in the video, he said, "Yo, this is all Joe Biden doing all this to me." But the political outlook is even shakier now. Will Trump supporters stick with him? I think that his supporters will stick with him. Let me see. Is another catchy actually ditch a thrice married, sexual assault bragging, history indifferent Bulgarian because of a verdict involving actions that may feel like ancient history to many. For now, Americans will have to take a moment to process this for the nation. That their nation was led by a man now convicted of 34 felony charges. Let me see. Okay, in Trump's case, we have an election coming up that will tell us something about what this verdict means. But the exact message may be hard to pin down. Historians will debate how someone who once wielded so much power was held to account, and whether it actually helped or hurt his quest to claim it again. Given how Trump has dodged any real consequences for far worse, like all the other things, even before he became president the first time. The idea of the president of the American electorate. This may be the day the Trump comeback became inevitable, or maybe nothing of that sort happens. And the coming weeks surprise us in unexpected ways. These are the moments when histories are at their richest and most palatable. So we are looking at the upcoming weeks and the next couple of months. I want to know everybody's thoughts on this. Over the next coming weeks and next coming months, we're going to see what this meant for the Trump campaign. Like I said, this will be an era and a moment in time that will be debated, and we talked about what came after this point when a former the first time ever a president was convicted of a felony. Let me know what y'all thoughts on this story. It's the N.y.a show. Like I say, elections coming up in November, so let me know who you guys are voting for, and let's discuss. Let's discuss. Like I said, breaking news that just happened. This news just came out like an hour ago. It's the N.y.a show. Please be sure to check out my last couple of shows and look out for the next show.